One of the country's greatest living poets returned to Guam to inspire at-risk youth, encourage artistry within an indigenous voice, and premiere a film about his life. News Talk K57's Phil Leon Guerrero interviewed Jimmy Baca on his show and went to Southern High School last night to see how residents are reacting to his biopic, A Place to Stand.
Jimmy Santiago Baca is back on Guam with filmmaker Daniel Glick, in part to premiere their collaborative work, A Place to Stand, the documentary of Baca's life based on his memoir with the same name. The Guam Humanities Council arranged for this visit, which also saw the artist tour J.P. Torres Alternative School, the Department of Youth Affairs, the Department of Corrections, and the University of Guam. His extraordinary life is both inspiring and haunting and reveals the challenges and troubles with the United States criminal justice system.
I wanted the film to be in places like this, with kids like this, so you could think that anything was possible, and not just be a weekend hit at the box office and go away. I wanted it to reach people like you, kids like you, because I was like you.
Baca has led an incredible life. Abandoned by his parents, growing up in an orphanage, living on the streets, his early years weren't kind. And at 21, functionally illiterate, Baca found himself in jail for drug possession at one of the most violent prisons in America. And while the situation can seem like the end of the road for some, Baca used his time to reflect, saying while being behind bars isn't a great place to be, there's no greater place to find yourself. He started writing poems. Fellow inmates encouraged and commissioned his work, and while still incarcerated, Baca became a published author. His story made one Southern High School student motivated to tell her friends to steer away from bad influences.
Honestly, I just gonna walk away, think about it when I get home, and tell my friends about it. It's not good to do all of these things. It's just not gonna help with your future.
But one of the best parts about what GHC produces with these events is a chance for a facilitated discussion with the visiting artists. It gives residents a chance to reflect on the work that they experienced and how this work translates into their lives and on our home.
And I would like to say thank you very much. You really touched a big, really made me very emotional. Just thank you very much.
I learned to cry when I was 31. I had never cried before because I was told men don't cry. And I was with my two older sons on the highway. And I don't know what happened. I just heard a song on the radio or something. 31 years old, been shot, been stabbed, been done everything, defied everybody, hated all the system, everything. And I pull over on the road and I start crying, and my oldest son, bless his heart, freaked out. He freaked out. He jumped in the front, grabbed me. Are you okay? You having a heart attack? I'm like, no, man, I'm crying.
On your visit to Guam, could you describe the foods that you've been eating?
I've been eating good. I've been eating all Chuki food. Yeah. The reason I'm here is because there's a connection between you and me. And that connection is that we are people, we belong to the true tribe of truth. We have truth.
Phil Leon Guerrero for PNC News.
A gala dinner and film screening will be held at the Westin Resort tomorrow night at 6. Tickets are $150 and they will benefit the Guam Humanities Council.